Alright, good morning. We just left the truck stop. It's 19 in Huron, California. Huron. I'm guessing it's Huron. Well, we're running a bunch of back road right now. The sun's getting ready to come up. I see the light peeking its head over the horizon there. I wish I captured more of this scenery. It is pretty unique to me, anyway. I've never been in this area, so we're heading over here to Santa Maria to get 14 coil reels, cable reels. I'm saying coil because they're requiring me to have 5 sets of coil racks. I have 5 sets right now, but the one set is like really big, and I'm worried that's going to be a problem. It's like 6 inches longer than the rest of them. So it's kind of a toss-up. Do I go in there with what I have, or do I just stop and get another set? It's 55 here. I'm doing 45, trying to get this guy to pass me. I like to be very courteous to the traffic around. I think if more of us were a lot more courteous, we would have a lot more respect. We shouldn't just demand it. This is another video I'm working on right now, but see what happens. I got something stuck in my teeth. So yeah, I'll give you guys a show of the load when we get over here. This load is going out to Mississippi. There's actually Louisiana, and then 190 miles away from that is the Mississippi stop. So we're basically going to go straight across the bottom there, come across Houston into Louisiana, Baton Rouge. Right around Baton Rouge is where we're delivering the first stop, and then it's 190 miles up to the stop in Mississippi. I plan on having them both off on Monday. Today's the 17th, so it's Thursday the 17th. Yeah, so that's it. As of right now, I'm just sitting here punching in stuff on my spreadsheet. I'm a little behind. I'm back at 9:20 right now, and whatever's today's date. What's today? 10/17. So I'm about a month behind. This is where we're at. I already have my coil rack set up on the trailer. They got, those are all empty here. There we go. I got my coil racks in place somewhat. I got 5 on each side. I got 5 of them set up on each side. And then I'm using the big one. I didn't stop to get another coil rack. I just said we'll just use this big one. Worst case scenario, they've got to put another board in there to close up the gap, because it's about 4 inches longer than the others. But I put that one in the center. Well, we're all loaded. Unfortunately, I am, but I'm not 1 chain shy. So I had 2 chains on this one, and then I had 1 on the ones in the middle, and then 2 on the front. But this one's, I can legally cover the weight with the 1 chain. It's 11,000. I'll go to the other side. So it's 11,920 pounds is the total weight. So we got to cover 50% of the weight, which we'll say we'll just say go up a little bit and say it's 6,000 pounds. And these chains are rated for 6,600 pounds. So I am technically, I have the weight covered, but they want 2 chains on that one. So, and of course you got to have 2 chains in the front, 2 chains in the back. So basically what we're doing, we are swapping this one with this one, so that I'll have the 2 chains that they want to cover this one, and in the back here where we're required to have 2 chains. And then well, this one here it only weighs 7,820 pounds. So we can have that one there with 1 chain, and then the big one back here with the 2 chains, which will just put me a little heavier on the tail, which I prefer anyway. It's not going to put me overweight in the back, and yeah, we'll still be good. I think it'll flow a little nicer too. So that's it for now. I'm waiting for the guys to come back from lunch. The guy was trying to figure something out. He wanted me to get another chain on there before I went up front. But a couple months ago, I was trying to sell a chain. I was trying to help out a hot shot driver and trying to sell him a chain. Never do that again. At least if I do that again to help somebody out, I'll make sure I have the money up front. And I've been planning on grabbing more chains, but honestly, I just keep forgetting. So the biggest change that we made was, well, we switched those 2 around, but we also moved this one a little more forward. It looks like a lot because that other one was really big, but it's it was, the center of it was here. The center of it was here, so we just moved it over, not much. And I went far out like that because I don't like coming around the state pocket, and I don't like doing a single. So I went to a further 2 spools, so that this way I can balance it out and I can get my center for the chain there. So that's what we got. Alright, so I have to do my log real quick. We have and I can either go, it's giving me 2 different routes. One is going over to Phoenix, down to Tucson, I mean. Over to Las Cruces, El Paso, down to San Antonio, and over to Houston, Lafayette, New Orleans. And then the other one is going up to it looks like US 40 or I-40, going over to Albuquerque, Amarillo, down to Dallas, Shreveport, down to Baton Rouge, New Orleans. But the mileage isn't very different. The mileage is only, if we made that an 8, it's only 40 miles. 39 to be exact. One day 7 hours, one day 8 hours. 40 miles an hour difference. I'm gonna check my map real quick, but I think the southern route is a lot less hills. So in total, we didn't get 14 as the company told me. We got 7. 4 going to Mississippi, which is the 4 small ones on the very front, and then the 3 bigger ones on the back are going to Louisiana. Destrehan, something like that. I'm sure I'm murdering the name. It's right there in New Orleans. Destrehan. It's probably Destrehan, something like that. Destrehan. And then the second stop is in Waynesboro, Mississippi. And by the time you guys see this, it will have been 2 weeks ago. Or a week ago, something like that. Got 7 pieces, total weight 32,870 pounds. So we're doing pretty good. Keep an eye on that. That should stay up. Talking about the handle on the ratchet binder. I have them so that they collapse upwards, so it's easier for me down at the ground level to tighten. If it doesn't stay up, I'll run back here and throw a bungee on it. But it should stay up. You know, I don't think it shows you the terrain. You might have to look at Google. Yeah, I mean it does show terrain. So yeah, I want the other way is to run up to 40. So we can go basically 5 to 10 to Phoenix, stay on 10, drop south. I think for the most part they're both pretty flat. I mean, if I take 40, pretty much the start of 40, and then over there by Flagstaff you got a bunch of hills and stuff. I haven't been on that area since I started driving. I haven't been on any of this area, so I don't think I've gone all the way across 10. We're gonna go that way. It's the shorter way, only by 40 miles. It's also supposed to be an hour or less, give or take. So right now my hours, I should have quite a bit of hours. Let's see, I got 8 hours and 25 minutes to drive, and my shift is stopped at 10 hours and 11 minutes. All right, so that's it. actually going to reset my fuel mileage now. I got fuel 2,576 miles ago on that first load that brought me out to California, Indiana load. The coils. I'm gonna grab some tea out of my cooler real quick. The coil load that I brought out to Indiana when I stopped in Billings. I stopped at Billings? No. I stopped up there somewhere. I believe it was in Montana. But I've done 2,476 miles since then. My fuel mileage went down to climbing the mountains and everything, going through Wyoming and whatnot. My fuel mileage went down to it dropped down pretty low. It was down to like 6.2. 6 miles to the gallon, maybe. I mean, it dropped down pretty low. But after finishing that load, I got up to like 6.5, and then deadheading down to get the next load, which was the Navy load. Heading to this one, I got it back up to 7.2. I average like 34 miles to the gallon. It's just my leg. I reset it I try to reset it once a week, just to kind of see where I'm at the moment. But over the last 35,000 miles, I'm averaging 7.2. Which will end up being better during the winter time because I don't idle so much. Which I actually got to figure out what's going on with the Bunk AC. Back when I started at Mercer, when I went down to Laredo, I ended up having to switch to where, oh, I forget what it's called. Comfort, interior comfort. For the optimized idle, you can put it on interior comfort so that the truck will start up and it'll help maintain the cooling back there. So I had to switch over to that because the AC just wasn't keeping up back there. And then since I done that, the AC compressor doesn't even come on back there. So the one thing I've been wanting to do that I keep forgetting to do is try to check the Freon to make sure it's up to where it needs to be. I'm thinking that just might be down a little bit for that compressor to run. So because of that, I've been the truck's been running a lot more often than it needs to. And then during the winter time, I'm using the bunk heater. I don't need the interior comfort that bunk heater does. It could probably be negative 20 degrees outside and I still wouldn't need that bunk heater. Anyway, my mouth's dry enough as it is. We'll throw some road footage up here and yeah.
The slow day, the calm, and the night will unfold. I never thought that I would be traveling this road. People keeps missing, the clouds seem to fade, and every occasion I whisper your name. I'm happy to hear that you'll still be around. I thought you were leaving without a sound. In my little world, you are both pros and cons. It's hard to admit when you feel you don't belong. So tell me, are you still in there? As beautiful as you are. just don't know how far. In this world I'll be right by your side with arms, even if you don't want. You wrote your name in my heart. Your odd way of laughing, the curls in your hair. I wish that I could tell you how much I really care. Your harmless desire, the tip of your tongue, all of your bruises and all of your fun. Tell me, are you still in here? As beautiful as you are, you just don't know by far. In this world I'll be right by your side with arms, even if you don't want. You wrote your name in my heart. In this world I'll be right by your side with arms, even if you don't want. You wrote your name in my heart.
Often, but it does happen. When I got my paperwork, I noticed it said call 24 hours before delivery, so I never call on Sunday. I always call on Friday when it's a load like this that delivers over the weekend. But I forgot. I completely forgot.
Turn at the first right onto I-310 toward New Orleans.
So now this is the first customer that's actually denied me from delivering because they didn't call 24 hours prior, but usually they give you something like, oh, you really need to make sure you call next time, but since we're not busy, we'll take it. But it is what it is. I screwed the pooch, so I already called my next stop. They know I'll be up there around noon tomorrow. I should be there a lot sooner, depending on how long these guys take to actually take this stop off in the morning. But I got up and drove down here, and gotta come back in the morning. So I'm going 5 miles away to there's a TA Express up here.
3 miles, take exit 2 on the right, onto US 61 toward Kenner.
Apparently it used to be a pilot according to my GPS. So now with the TA Express. It's unfortunate, but shit happens. Oh, good morning. So we made it here to the delivery. There's actually a guy over here since we got the camera out already. He's training a dog. I started walking up and I heard pow. I don't know what the heck he's shooting off or whatnot, but I heard it twice. He hasn't done it again. I've been sitting here watching him. So this is where we're unloading at. There was already the guy was already here when I got here. Looks like he's getting his chains in order. They've taken off two reels off of him so far. So I'm just sitting here waiting my turn. And then we got about 3 hours up to the next delivery location. And was just looking at a load going back up to Kentucky. Another 3 coils. That only required a 4-foot tarp, but we've got a bunch of empty trucks in front of us, so we're not going to end up getting that one. Well, let's see what happens. I want to get my way up to Kentucky. I'm really low on hours right now. I just got a few hours back last night. I'm up to, I think, 18 hours, I think it said. Alright, so I accidentally hit the power button, so I figured I might as well punch up the things real quick. According to the GPS, we're 305 minutes. 305 minutes. 3 hours and 5 minutes from the next delivery. 193 miles. And I'd gotten like 7 hours back last night. Well, at midnight. Pretty sure it was like 7 hours. So right now I'm sitting at 17 hours and 42 minutes. And then tonight I get just over 2 hours, 2.03 hours. Which puts me up to 19, take away 3, brings me down to 16. And then minus pre-trips and stuff, probably somewhere around 15 hours for tomorrow. So I should be able to stay running pretty good for the rest of the week, as long as I don't go taking like really long stuff out to California or anything. I'm kind of hoping that I can grab some loads, get a couple short loads, put some money in the bank for the week, and then get to Louisville for the weekend, which is the 26th and the 27th of October. And then I can either Friday or Monday I can get my truck inspection done. We just had 6 months at Mercer on the week of the 7th, which is what I said earlier in the video when we were over in California still. So anyway, we'll get the 3 big coils off here, reels, whatever you want to call them, as soon as this guy gets done putting his stuff away. Alright, and we're all done at the stop. I'd like to throw another chain in that back one, but I don't have the capabilities of getting a chain through the eye there. So here's what it is. I have an idea of how I could do it, but I don't want to try to do it and then it not work and spend 45 minutes there trying to do something that's not going to work anyway. So it is what it is. In the future, when we do these, I'll already have that extra chain on that back one. But for now, we're going to drive the 190 miles up to Mississippi, Waynesboro, Mississippi. Alright, we're here. Our coils are over there, rolls of wire, whatever, and I just made a quick adjustment to the airlines. They were pretty much touching the deck, and can't really tell, maybe you can a little bit, but they did get scuffed up a little bit sitting on the ground there. So I got them raised up just a little bit. As soon as I get a chance, I'm going to be breaking down the size of them lines, all 4 of them. Shoot, what's today? Today is the 22nd. 10, 22, 24. So anyway, that's it for this load. We're all finished. There should be a lot of, there should have been, for you guys, for me, there should be quite a bit of road footage in there. I did quite a bit coming through California, Arizona, New Mexico, I think some in Texas. I'll have to break some of it down, but I'm probably going to have to speed it up quite a bit too. So, either way, that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay safe.